All right, I want to do a quick daily review because today was yet another crazy day. We have so many low price stocks that are spiking. ERII is up 200%. WTW is now in the 18s for my buy alert. Where was I buying? Like right in here in the 12s. Crazy 50% move. But first, I didn't time either of these perfectly or even very well. I'll go over my trades in a second. But first, I got to give props to everybody. You guys are learning, and I am so, so proud of you. You know, this is what I dreamed of when I first got into teaching. I knew that the 4.3 million that I've made is nowhere near best case scenario. A lot of people don't see that. They're like, oh, Tim, you have such an advantage. You're so much, smarter and better than everybody. And I'm like, no, I'm actually not like a great trader. I see so much opportunity. I see so much volatility. Maybe I can pass down my lessons, what I do right, what I do wrong, so that you have a guide and kind of a framework on which to base your trades. And hopefully you can do better than me. And, I'm very proud that a lot of you guys are. You're having more patience. You're profiting more. And so my dream is coming true. A lot of you guys don't realize what my dream is, but that is it, for me to be the mentor to you that I never had. And knowing that I did it the hard way, I know that you can make more and you can do better than me. So Simo, like I don't know the last time I held a $5 stock for $1.50. That's freaking awesome. Good job, Simo. CD5500 says, Tim, got your How to Make Millions DVD. It's the bomb. It's the bomb. Thank you, CD. Our man made 50 cents on ERII. This is more of my kind of a trade, as you'll hear about. Jorge in at $13.95 on WTW, out at $15.10, so $1 a share profit. Mental Envy was, thanks Timothy Sykes, WTW, in at $12.14, which is right around my buy, and he sold pre-market at $14.90 for his biggest profit yet of $800. A lot of you guys are under the pattern day trader rule, and that prevents you from doing a lot of day trading. So you'll see when I trade with just $12,000 next year, I'll be in the same spot as a lot of you, and I think that'll help me with my patience problems. This is, I should have made $2, $3 a share on WTW. It's really sickening that I didn't make more. But all you can do is learn from your mistakes, whether you've been trading a month, a year, or 15 or 16 years. We all make mistakes. So congrats to this guy making $5 or $3 a share. Here is Bushwhacker in at 12.26, out at 15.79. Smaller position size. It's okay. A lot of you guys are like buying 100 or 200 shares and you're like, well, I only made like 300 or 600. Remember, the average trading profit of my millionaire students and I is only around $1,000 or $2,000. So if you're making a few hundred, you're really not that far off from millionaires. And I know that's weird to think about because you think, oh, you're a millionaire, like you should be making, 20, 50, 100 grand. Well, we don't always time things great. And, this is the kind of play where even people with small accounts can really bank. I love this. Rex74, he did a bunch of trades, out 2,000 shares, nearly made $4,000 right here by the market open. A lot of you guys are part-time traders, so buy in the afternoon one day and sell at the market open the next morning. It's not a day trade. You can fit it into your schedule. You'll see me doing a lot of that when I have just $12,000 in my trading account next year. Here's awesome. C Bellissimo at 11.86 yesterday and held till 16.17. So, $4 plus a share. Freaking awesome. The V-Man Hoang, thanks to your How to Make Millions DVD and Tim G's trading tickers, I understand and discipline and trade very, very cautiously. Good. Go for the profits, but do trade cautiously. You can never trade too scared, but you can easily trade too aggressively. Remember that. Zillamatic made 315 overnight on WTW. I love you, Tim, in at 13.91, out at 15.17. Beautiful. You made more than me. That's how crazy this is. How poorly I traded it, even though I had the right idea. Matty Vet covered his OREX short at 294 from 314, made $500. And Godina in WTW 1450, out at 1597. More than I make at work in a day. Freaking sweet. I already went over the V-Man. Fadster shorted ERII at 743 when it failed to really spike in the morning, when it failed to hold the bounce, and made 50 cents a share. The Engineer in at 13.97 on WTW, out at 17.20, made 350 on a $1,500 investment. That's freaking awesome. look at this, and I'm missing so many people. This one is interesting. A lot of people ask me about the Robinhood app. I just wanted to bring this up. Roger Bay Area says, I have to withdraw from Robinhood. App is not working pre-market. Lesson for me I would like to share. Robinhood is not a good broker. You can't short sell. I didn't even know you couldn't trade pre-market. That is terrible. You want to save on commissions and save $2, $3, $5, $10 here or there. It's going to cost you hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars. That is the truth. And I guess I'll do a whole separate video going over Robinhood and their faults. Michael Su shorted ERII at the open, 745 and 785, covered at 715. Nice. AMBW Astrology yesterday bought 500 shares of WTW at 1338, sold them for $1 a share for a $500 profit. Today bought 500 shares at 1494, sold it at 1745 for a 1300. So 2 days, $1,800 profit. And this guy is trading, with $7,000. So that is fantastic. Here is AM, it's not AM, it's MB86, made $1 a share. Michael Su says, learning from your video lessons, and he's How to Make Millions DVD is coming for him too. Mental just thanked me for the $800 profit. Beneficent was up 340. Arturus made 25%. Here is Rex, traded it again and made another $1 a share. You can trade it multiple times. Zyro dip bought ERII at 710-ish, out at 750. Doucette was in at 1684, out at 1827. Heart's Eye made 50 cents shorting ERII. Scream XIII made 70 cents shorting ERII. I love this. Sarah says measly 75 shares from 13 to nearly 18. So I'll take that 350. So, she's betting like $1,300 and she's making $300 plus. So a lot of you guys with smaller accounts use that as inspiration. Here is Svi, made another $1 a share on WTW. Dr. Sandra made $298 on EFII on a small account and $300 on WTW, so $600. And here were some tweets. Carlos banked $1,300, over 10% gain on my account in 2 days. Now back to DVDs, thank you. Mario Cruz, awesome, bought WTW at 14, sold it at 18. Oliver, his account has gone from 1,000 to 2,000 in just 2 months. Here is Gracefully Liberated. First trade, made $200 in WTW. Thanks for being a great teacher. Thank you. I'm honored. Here is Rex on trading ERII, making 50 cents a share, another $1,500. Here is Snork. I included this saying, he said, I made about $1,000 trading long on WTW over the last 2 days. However, I regret playing it so safe. It was the perfect setup. All my training for such an opportunity. However, I kept chickening out and taking profits. What do you do about such regret emotions? And I said, suck it up. If you make $1,000 in 2 days and you think that's a problem, the problem is your outlook, okay? Even me, and I have much more money in my accounts, much more experience, and I made a lousy $1,000 over my 2 trades on WTW over 2 days. So I was prepared. I had the buy alert. I chickened out. I didn't even hold it overnight. We can both learn from this. And I really have to be more aggressive on Billionaire Plays, especially when it's Oprah. Like now looking back, I'm like, oh, what a bonehead. But all you can do, you can't go back in time. All you can do is look at your trades and learn from them. So the next time Oprah invests in a stock, I'm going to be buying very aggressively because people will remember WTW. So I'll be on this like a hawk. Maybe it's a few weeks, maybe it's a few months, maybe it's a few years, but you learn from trades. These trades become trademark trades. And so you'll remember. Here is MY or Y Bansel, V Bansel, got in ERII at 730, locked in profits at 755. This is what happens with ERII. I actually just sold some of my position here in the 750s because I got in the 720s. And the whole point on my late afternoon buys, I know a lot of you guys are confused. I had 3 separate buys and you're like, make up your mind, do you want to go in this or not? And I wasn't sure, I really wasn't sure if it was going to break, this level. Let me get rid of after hour. Oh, actually here. You can see here, ever since, basically for the last hour of the trading day, we weren't sure if it was going to break this 720 level. And so it faked out, it faked out breakout, faked out breakdown, fake out breakout, fake out breakdown. So it's very choppy. And, I know you guys don't want to be getting like 3 separate buy alerts. You're like, make up your mind, either buy it or not. When a stock is close to breakout levels and it's not quite a breakout, I'm going to trade it very cautiously. If I wanted to play it safe, I would just buy it when it actually broke out, which it did, with a few minutes to go before the close. And you can see it's up nicely after hours. But me as a newsletter writer, sometimes the breakouts are too quick. Like right here in the morning, I actually almost bought it on this breakout here at 7-ish. But, this was at 9:04 a.m. And by 9:17 a.m., it's already 50 cents. I would be selling into that. And I don't really like trading pre-market. So when I'm giving alerts, I'm also trying to teach you in real time. So, I was afraid that it was going to break out really quick. And then, you wouldn't get alerted. You wouldn't see it in real time. And you'd be like, Tim's alerts, are so like behind. So it's interesting for me. Me as a trader, I should, and you should probably just wait for the actual breakout. But understand that if you do wait for such a breakout in the morning or in the afternoon with a stock like this that's up 200%, you might miss it. And that's the price you pay. Tomorrow, I really think that it's going to test this high in the 8-ish. They signed this massive contract, and it's very meaningful with upfront royalties and continuing royalties. Even the short sellers who like, just say crap about every penny stock that spikes, they're all positive about it. So the big question is, can it get back above this 770 level? That's why I just took some off here after hours in the 750s, because I don't know if this 770 is going to be resistance. I was buying in the low sevens, and I specifically said, every time that my goal was just to make 30 or 50 cents a share. I think the first time I said my goal was to make $1 a share, I got a little too confident because it was above this other resistance level here at 7. So I thought that it could, really spike. But it still has resistance. It's up 200% on the day. Tomorrow, I really think that this could go back to 8-ish. And if it goes back to 8-ish, it can easily go to double digits. So I am definitely long biased on this tomorrow, but you do have to be careful because it's up 200%. So, maybe it stays around here in the 7s and 6s for 2 days. And then on the third day, it might break out. It's not an exact science. All you can do is watch these volatile stocks and stock them and try and buy it when you think there's going to be a breakout. And if the breakout fails, you see how quick I am to play it safe. I'm actually down a few $100 on ERII overall today. There's some people who think like, oh, you're trading this in and out to like make money off your subscribers. This thing trades 22 million shares in a day. And my earlier positions were like, what did I buy? 1,000 shares? And then like 5,000 shares. And my latest buy was 7,000. So I wasn't sure if it was going to break 720. It eventually did. In hindsight, yeah, I should have just held the whole time. But when you're trying to anticipate a breakout, I trade it very, very scary, very, very cowardly, because there are people who trade against me. And, they love trying to manipulate the stock against me. This thing trades 22 million shares in the day. So 1,000 shares, 5,000 shares, you can easily get in and out of, but I want to play it safe when it's up 200% on the day. I want to make that very clear. My subscriber base, which you may or may not know, accounts for the majority of my income. I don't say that in an ashamed kind of way. I say it proudly because my interests are aligned with you. If I don't make my subscribers money, then they cancel, and that hurts my overall income. I trade with a very, very small account for teaching purposes. It doesn't matter if I make or lose 5 or 10 cents a share. It does not matter at all, okay? What matters is if I'm right, and that's what really I'm trying to be. I'm trying to give you the best trades. Because if I give you the best trades, then, theoretically I'm teaching you and you do better. And my business grows when you guys are more successful. Remember, I'm the only one with multiple millionaire students. So it's in my best interest to create more successful students. That's what I'm all about. That's what my trading is all about. So if you're ever confused, look to where I make my money. And next year when I trade with $12,000, there will be no confusion at all because I will be trading with such a puny account compared to what I could trade with or my net worth. You will see that it's purely for education. And, I think the stock is going to go higher. That's why I bought it. Same thing with WTW. I alerted it at 12-ish and I bought it. And before I actually even bought it, I said potential buy. So you knew that I was thinking about buying it before I actually bought it. It was right around I was right around here. And it was too early as it turned out. Theoretically, I could have waited till the afternoon, the breakout here in the 13s. That would have been nice. But I was early, I was wrong. But the cool thing is because I'm a teacher, I can alert you guys. And, I can be right about a stock overall, even if I don't personally profit. And all of these people, all of these guys are banking so much because you have some guidance and you have, someone telling you, look, WTW is a potential buy. I know a lot of people who were shorting this, and I'm sorry to those of you who were shorting this. I'm sorry for your losses. I don't want anybody to lose. But part of the reason why it spiked up so much today is because there were so many shorts. People literally thought that I was like pumping the stock up, even though it trades 60 or 70 million shares a day, which is just a huge, huge amount. Whether I buy 1,000 shares or not does not influence the price at all. And sure enough, it has spiked 50% since my buy alert, the latest billionaire play. VVUS was the billionaire play before this that spiked 50% over 3 days from my buy. So billionaire plays, I'm going to keep looking at. Oprah plays, I'm going to keep looking at. And I'm trying to find stocks that can really run. So WTW, I don't know what it does now. It's gone up so much. I'm scared to short it. I made $1,000 today shorting it, but I traded it very scared. What did I do? I made, like 50 cents a share on my short, and I did it very, very cowardly. So I am a coward trader, and I highly, highly, highly encourage you to be a coward trader, because if you're a gunslinger in this business, you might lose, you might blow up. And sadly, that's what a lot of big traders do. No matter how big you are and no matter how small of an account you are or that you have. So always be scared. Any one trade can blow you up if you get too cocky, if you have too big of a position size, but not any one trade will make you a millionaire. So the odds favor, trading very conservatively, even though it's more boring. I know it's not as much fun, but that's the way to stay safe with these hugely, hugely volatile stocks. We're trading the most volatile stocks in the entire stock market. So you have to trade very cautiously. Otherwise, any one of these you could be wrong on, and it could blow you up if you bet too big or use leverage. So I'm the boring kind of guy who likes, very safe trading. You'll see me sometimes take a gain or a loss of 5 or 10 cents a share. That's a scratch. If you look at my trading career over 15, 16 years, because I show all the trades publicly, you'll see that I have thousands upon thousands of 5 or 10 cent a share gains or losses. They do not push my account forward. They do not push my account backward. They are scratches. But every now and then I nail a stock for 20, 30, 50%. Like I shorted PTRA the other day in the 150s, and I nailed this, okay? And it dropped 40%. I didn't even collect everything. I profited less than half of that, like 17%. But that kind of a gain blows away all the small gains and small losses from other trades. And, in hindsight, yeah, I should have been more aggressive. But I'm going to keep trying these trades. I'm going to keep shorting pump and dumps. I'm going to keep buying billionaire plays and earnings winners. And my timing is going to be off sometimes. And your timing is going to be off sometimes. And all you can do is try and learn. And you can try and adapt and refine your technique and make money over the long haul. No one is becoming a millionaire in one day or like 1 week or even 1 month trading these kinds of stocks. But as I've proven several times with several students, you can become a millionaire, even a multimillionaire, over several years if you stick with it. The few $100s in profits here or there and a few $1,000s in profits here or there add up over time. And if you learn to trade these patterns, PTRA, Interactive Brokers had shares to short. And if you learn how to trade these patterns, if you're making, let's see, here's Bushwhacker, for example, in WTW at 1226, basically right around where I had my buy alert, and made $3 a share, smaller position size. Well, Bushwhacker won't always have a small account. If Bushwhacker, I like that username, if Bushwhacker keeps up with their studying, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, you can grow that position size. And if you make $3 a share with, let's say, 5,000 shares when your account is bigger, then, you're making $15,000 in a day or two. And that is when it can be serious money. Maybe even 10,000 shares and you make 30,000 in a day or two. So don't get discouraged with your smaller position size. Don't get discouraged with small gains or small losses. Remember that the single best trader with the single best track record of the past few years, Tim Grittani, proud to say is my student, and now he's made 2.7 million on his own. Guess what? He lost rather very often. If you look at his trades, he shows all of his trades. He lost rather often in the beginning as he was trying to find his own style. So don't be discouraged by small gains or small losses. Stick with it. The more you learn, the more you stick with it, you'll see more billionaire plays, you'll see more pump and dumps, and over time, that's how you grow your account exponentially. I got to get some sleep. I'll see you guys in the chat room tomorrow.